Hey, 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 it's your girl Nay coming to you with another episode of As Told by Nay, the podcast. Tell a friend to tell a friend, and let's talk about it. What's up? Happy Thursday. Hope everyone's having a great day thus far. Your girl is feeling good, feeling great. Had a couple of people hit me up, checking in to see, Nay, where you was at last week? Let me just tell y'all, in my bed. Was tired. Said no as told by Nay. But I got a little bit of, disappointment behind that. And I don't know, only my real people know. My day one followers was like, that should have been an anniversary show, because those that have been following along know that 3 years ago, 4th of July was my very first As Told by Nay show. Back then it was just As Told by Nay. There was no podcast. I was setting my phone up in my living room, going Facebook Live, talking to the people. And here we are, going into year 3. We've moved from Facebook Live to the radio, and now we are YouTube podcasting it out. And I appreciate y'all for sticking with your girl and checking for me to see what's what, where I've been. Y'all always be checking for me. I really appreciate it. So boom, this is gonna be the anniversary show right here. I got my girl Takira here.
Hello.
To have this conversation with me. And it's so crazy that I'm talking about anniversary, because she just asked, before we got rolling, like, do y'all feel like you don't be having nothing else to talk about it? Y'all, I literally every month be like, I'm gonna take a break. I think I'm done with this. And somebody will hit me up and say, whether there's inspiration behind watching my show or have some deeper conversation by one of the shows that I have, wanting to have deeper conversation. I'm just like, you know what? At the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Right. Sparking that conversation, having those hard conversations, and inspiring people. Like, that's what I want to do. So I'm glad, even you hit me up and was like, hey, I actually watched the show. And, that makes me feel real good. It makes me feel real good.
Keep on.
So go ahead, let the people know who you are. Tell them a little bit about yourself. And then, we'll keep things moving like that.
Okay, my name is Takira Jenkins. A little bit about myself. I'm in my 30s. Mind your business. I'm in my 30s. I have a bunch of children that I just, I have 2 that I birthed, and I have 6 in total that I've just, helped keep raising throughout the years. I manage 3 imaging facilities.
Yes.
So I'm in the medical field. I'm an essential worker, and I'm a hippie at heart. I don't match with any of my clothes. I love cheetah print, big eyelashes, and crispy eyebrows.
Well, all right. You better talk about it, and I love it all.
Yes.
True as told by Nay fashion. We're going to take a shot.
Liz.
We're going to toast for the evening.
Absolutely.
I'm going to give you the floor. What are we toasting to?
Today, we're toasting to talking about the hard stuff and making it sound easy.
Talking about the hard stuff. I'm here for that. And we're going to talk about it. Before we do that, though.
I like that.
You like that?
I do.
People be trying to give me a hard time about my Mally. This is my favorite drink. And I've just discovered this new flavor.
Yeah, watermelon.
It's good. But
we're going to do another one. It. Okay.
Because we toasted to the weekend. Today is my Friday.
Today is Thursday for me.
It's the summer. I'm about to have a great girls' weekend. I'm looking forward to it.
Where you going?
Atlanta.
And
not too far. But big ups. It's my sister's birthday.
Short destinations be fun too.
Facts. It's all about who you go with and what y'all do. So cheers to a great weekend. All right. So you did not get to prepare for this part. Excuse me, come again. 4 random questions. You're going to answer them. I did put a little spin on it just because the conversation that we're having today.
Okay.
It's not really questions. I'm going to ask you to share some stuff with us.
And I will.
Okay. So, Number 1, share with us what you feel is the strongest part of you.
The strongest part of me is, I'm going to have to say my heart.
Okay.
I'll take care of anybody.
Yes.
Twice.
You're for it.
I'm not saying that's the greatest thing about me, but that's the strongest.
Facts.
Love. Yeah.
Facts. Okay. share with us your favorite part of you.
My style.
Okay. I can dig
It's
it.
unmatched.
I'm here for
nobody
it.
dresses like me. Don't dress like nobody.
We're going to talk about that. We're definitely going to talk about that.
Okay.
Number 3, share with us the most important part of you.
Loyalty.
Yes.
It don't cost nothing, but it costs people a lot. And I don't like being expensive.
It's very rare, too,
yes.
Unfortunately. You would think that more people will understand the importance of loyalty, but
I don't have a lot of people because of loyalty.
You
know what I'm
not
saying?
The case
it's
at
like
all.
Loyalty is everything.
It's hard to come by.
If you baby cross me, that's a big cross.
Hello. Sorry. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice,
right.
Shame on me.
And I'm gonna still love you with that strong heart from over there.
From over there. Facts. All right. And then number 4, share with us the part of you that you would never change.
My boldness.
Yes.
I'll say anything in a professional voice. I'll say anything in my 34th and Osprey voice. I'm going to be bold and I'm going to mean what I say and say what I mean.
Talk about it. 2 shots in with y'all. Appreciate you. Get into it.
Yes, sis.
What you drinking? What you drinking? Let me know what you drinking.
I can tell you what she drinking. It's probably tequila.
Let me know what you're drinking. Yes. Okay, so very good. If I had to give tonight's conversation a title, I would call it "Hello, My Name Is," because we're going to be talking about, as Mr. Takira says, some hard conversations. We're going to be talking about code switching. We're going to talk about walking in your truth. We're going to be talking about societal views of who we're supposed to be as people. Now, we are both women, so of course we'll be, highlighting mostly on our experience as a woman. But my fellas that are tuned in, you can definitely understand where we're coming from as well, because this affects all of us, So boom, I brought this conversation to you. Was like, hey, this is what we're talking about.
Yes.
I want your understanding of, let's out the gate talk about code switching. And you actually said, I never heard that term before.
What's that term, baby?
What is that?
Yes.
And so for those of you that are watching who doesn't understand code switching, we see a lot in the African American community where we're told to we don't talk properly, or we get a job or we get around certain people and we feel like we got to change who we are to fit in. So code switching is really just that.
Right.
You're switching your comfortability to fit a certain dynamic, group, understanding. Like I said, most commonly we see this amongst African Americans when they're in corporate America. But we also see this as women when we go into relationships. We kind of lose ourselves to these young men, and vice versa as well. I've seen a lot of guys lose themselves in their relationships as well.
Yes.
Wanting to fit in with certain circles, feeling like, okay, these women or these group of men dress a little different or act a little different than what I'm comfortable with. But we see a lot of code switching for people in religious communities. You one way at home, but then you at church another way.
The Holy Ghost.
You know what I'm saying? So it's code switching.
It is.
It's negative. It's what it is.
It is.
But for some people, it's almost like necessary.
Right.
Especially like code switching for work is exhausting. Very much so. And we see a lot of times we feel like we have to do that, especially in corporate America. So for you, like, how does that feel?
Okay, so like I stated, I'm in healthcare, and we do MRIs, CAT scans, X-rays, ultrasounds at my jobs, at my 3 centers. And with my patients, when I'm on the phone scheduling or I'm checking in at the front desk, of course I'm using a more professional tone of voice. But I can honestly say amongst my staff, my MRI techs, my CT techs, my schedulers, my girls, I'm like this. You know what I'm saying? So because people don't realize we're at work more than we're at home. You know what I'm saying? So it is exhausting trying to quote unquote put on and kind of be on all the time. But I feel like no matter who you are, you fall victim to it subconsciously. But there's a way to deal with people to get where you need to go. And then there's a way to be, like I said, I'm a manager. So there's a way to be in front of your peers or your people or your colleagues to let them know, like, I'm human too. Right. So I'm going to give you my regular, and we're going to give these patients our code switching, and we're going to get this money And that's the balance for me. Like, it really is. I don't have to be like that with my coworkers where I'm like, hi, welcome to MRI Associates. I'm Takira, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? When I'm with my coworkers, like, we're all on the same page. We're all like-minded. We're into constellations and crystals, and we talk to the universe, and we have our candles, and that's our vibe at work because we're there for a long time with them. So I like to make that part of my life, you know, homey feeling with my colleagues because we got to work together. I manage you guys, but I don't have that imbalance to where I'm a title whore. We regular. Right. We got a job to do. Let's do it together. But when I'm on the phone with a patient, I'm like, Sarah studying MRI. Right. Takira, I'm at
put on your work voice.
Because I need to get the bag. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, yes, it comes from a negative root, as, you know, because we should be able to be ourselves. I should be able to get on the phone with a patient and say, hey, this is Takira with MRI Associates. How you doing? What you need to schedule? But society doesn't allow that.
And that's the key point that I wanted to talk about in bringing this up is just that comfortability of being able to be your true authentic self. And I always think back to, you know, when I was growing up in school and the kids would be like, oh, she talks white or she acts uppity.
You know,
and it's that, you know, and it was more so of, well, why does that have a race tie to it? Because I speak proper English.
What's talking white?
What is talking white? Exactly. Because I enunciate, because I pronounce, because I speak clearly. My mom was a stickler for that, though. It had nothing to do with being white or talking white. She was just like, act like you got some sense.
And that's what it was called in our culture. You better act like you got some sense.
Act like you got some sense. Speak like you learned something, like somebody loves you at home. My mom used to say that all the time.
I like that.
You know? So it was like, well, I'm not talking white or acting white, but you know, and I mess with my mom all the time because I'll kind of talk slang or pick up that Southern dialect just because I know it gets on her nerves. But for the most part, here I am. This is how I feel comfortable, you know, and I can insert myself into different situations because I know how to speak.
Both.
You know what I mean?
Right. It makes you well-rounded.
Exactly. And so with being able to feel truly comfortable with what you are, I actually felt less comfortable, not in those professional settings, but with my friends.
Right.
Or with my peers.
Right.
You know, because they like, oh, she acting funny, she acting uppity. And it's like,
no.
Why don't you accept this?
What is what it is? I know. I understand that. I get that. But
there's that society plays a big role in how we perceive not only ourselves, but the people around us.
And society goes hand in hand with business demands, no matter what profession you're in. Being in radio or podcast, it's like demographically you get to choose your people, but still society will try to tell you, try to nudge and push on what's going to make you some money. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like what society wants goes hand in hand with business demands, what the country looking at, what the country looking for, what's going to make the biggest buzz, what's going to talk the loudest noise, and we get caught up in that and we code switch.
Right. And moving right along, but keeping the conversation of code switching, because as I said, this happens in the professional setting as well as with our friends, but a lot in our relationships as well. And like you just said, society plays such a big role in that, because society tries to tell us how we're supposed to act, what we're supposed to do, what we're supposed to say, our reactions to different things. And we see that so much now. Do you think that that's because there's so much access these days? Like social media, everybody has a camera phone, everybody's reporting on Exposure, exactly. So like the way that society deems things to be inappropriate or appropriate, people are more so tuned in because it's everywhere.
It is.
Right? So, you know, talk of the town. Every time I get on social media, I'm seeing somebody trying to talk about how women should act, what they should wear, what they should dress, how they should treat their children, how they should be in relationships. And, you know, and I'm going to pick on my fellas just a little bit here. It always seems to be coming from you men folk trying to tell us what's appropriate for us. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, because I think, and this is just my opinion, don't y'all jump on me.
Don't quote her or add her.
Women tend to hold on to these norms or what is deemed normal But I feel like the basis of it comes from that masculine energy. Like, it's kind of like the feminine energy has to be in this little box.
This little.
And it's like, stay within these constraints because this is what makes us feel comfortable.
Right.
And I'm going to step out and say something here, and I'm not going to take it back because I try and be unapologetically nay at all times. But I feel like right next to that box of feminine energy is another little box of African American energy.
Absolutely.
We're made to be in the box. So now I'm in two boxes.
Yes.
My feminine energy and as a Black woman. And
tough.
It's hard.
It's very hard.
It's really, really hard because then you have the guys, but then you have women that have adapted this mindset.
I know, which it could be a little exhausting too.
Yes.
Because
very much so.
You know, when you talk about the boxes, okay, feminine, we got to be like this.
Mm-hmm.
On a different spectrum, like you mentioned, you know, we're required to be feminine, but aggressive, like you said,
Mm-hmm.
rah, rah, rah. But then it's like in relationships, guys don't like that.
Mm-mm.
What box do we fit in?
Mm-hmm.
Do I check off all that apply? Because it's like you don't know how to be.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
And it's tough.
Yes, very much so. I feel like I struggled a lot with that in trying to come into who I am today, like figuring out what this means for me as not only a professional woman, but a Black woman, and then just a woman.
Period.
You know?
It's exhausting because what guys don't realize, and I'm going to say it and she can agree or disagree, we kind of want to be feminine and cute and dainty, and I'm a lady and put my perfume on. Love me. And then it's like, society wants us, our mothers raised us, our business professionals require us to be like,
facts.
I'm tough. So it's like, we don't know how to be, we don't know how to switch it off, and then we got another box. We're a woman, so we got that aspect, Black. Naturally, they think we're aggressive. We'll bite your head off. You could come in here and say, hey, Takira, how you doing? If that was in any other, did you see the way she came in? It's a little too much. And you're like, okay. In a roundabout way, we've been told somewhere in our careers and our lives to tone it down.
Tone it down. Mm-hmm. Too much. You're extra.
So it's like, we don't know how to be in relationships functionally because our mothers have shown us to be strong, independent. Some of our moms may have been with someone. Some of our moms may have been single. Either way, it was tough love. It was hard. Let me teach you the dynamics of how to survive by yourself if you have to. Right. 9 times out of 10, just if we're talking rates and if we're talking graphs and percentages, Black women, we be out here alone, from just being fatherless children or whatever the case may be. No matter how it went, we got taught to survive alone.
Right.
So then that ignites something in that independence. Well, I don't need you.
And that is then further solidified by societal norms.
Yes.
Made to feel like this is the way it's supposed to be.
Nothing.
And it's not. It's really not.
But every meme, every social media post tell you, yeah, girl, hot girl summer, like, be you by yourself. Like, and then you be by yourself, and you be like, damn, I'm like the Incredible Hulk.
Trying to figure out what it's
Trying to figure out, should I be the Incredible Hulk or Sunflower?
When there's nothing wrong with being a little bit of both. Having balance.
Having Hulk pick the sunflowers.
Yeah. So, perfect lead into, let's talk a little bit about being able to stand true in who you are and having your own identity inside of your relationships. Now, for me personally, I'm not married, but one day I hope to be. Right. I still believe in love and marriage and all those things. So, I'm dating right now, and I try and hold on to who I am. Like, I work so hard to get to this place. I work so hard to figure out, what makes Nate tick, what I feel comfortable with. Because like I said, for a long time, I did not. I tried to fit into these little boxes.
Right.
And so I'm like, no, I broke free. I'm comfortable here. And I'm just going to take it with me wherever I go. And somebody's going to love it. You know what I'm saying? But it has been taught, and I really don't even know where this mindset comes from. Maybe it comes from movies. Maybe it comes from things that I've read, seen other people, and, But the idea behind going into a marriage is that Your husband leads and you follow. You're supposed to be submissive. This is what they want. Be submissive, and I need me a little baby who gonna listen. Hey, like, okay, I hear y'all.
Yes.
But having been married, like, what was that? Was it a battle? How did you go into, like, what did that even look like for you?
It was definitely a battle.
Okay.
I come from a 2-parent blended family. So my stepdaddy raised me. So, but I had a mom and a dad in my house. So when it was time to get married, they wanted me to stop working. And when I say they, my former husband and his mom, they're like, "Oh, you just need to be a stay-at-home mom." I ain't never seen a woman in my family be a stay-at-home mom. So I was like, "Oh, why are you pushing up on me? I want to work." I come from that background. So just that alone with, them advising you to be this thing that you've never been, which was a stay-at-home mom. I got pregnant super quick. It came from a blended family. Like I said, he had 3 previous children. And I was a mom of 3 at 21 that did not belong to me. And my baby girl watching. And then I had my own children, and I was just a mom of 5 at like 22. You know what I'm saying? It was very different for me. I don't feel like I was forced into it. Obviously, childbirth, you know what's up. But it's just like, it was out of my norm so much I didn't know who I was for the longevity of that relationship, because they thought I was supposed to do this, and so did I, because of society.
So you lost your identity within that marriage.
For 10 years, who was I?
Wow, 10 years. And let me ask this question, and correct me if I'm wrong. Because of these same societal norms, did you then feel like, I'm in it to win it? Like, I can't even divorce, because at this point it's till death do us part, right?
I won't agree with the second part.
Okay.
So with the whole divorce, I didn't only believe that because of religion. You know what I'm saying? I at the time belonged to a church that was non-denominational, apostle and all that whole thing. They believe in casting out demons, praying in tongues, all the whole shebang. And it was like, it was required if I wanted to be a part of that group, that box. You know what I'm saying? So being a Black woman belonging to a church like that, you know what I'm saying? You felt the heaviness of it, but there's always been I would call it, if I'm being honest, a rebellious part of me that was like, this is weird, because this is very unnatural to me. And it's like, why can't I go to work? Why can't I be his equal? Why can't I be the breadwinner? Why can't, it just felt like, I used to always argue with him and be like, "Oh, I feel like I'm just like a house, like a maid. Like, I'm just here to cook and clean and take care of these kids." And he was, going out making the money, and it just felt very unbalanced. I didn't feel like his equal. I felt beneath him. So that resulted in us not being happy and to where we are now, because it's like, naturally, that's not who I was, and that's not who I am. I'm a type of person where I can make just as much money as my partner made.
Right.
And it should be respected amongst women that I consider my elders, whomever, my mom, his mom, my aunts, like, respect my gangster, that I can parent these children. I can breastfeed for 4 years straight. I can take care of children that don't belong to me at 21 years old. And I can go to work, because guess what? I'm doing it right now.
Right.
And a child
all of
left
those
behind.
Societal norms. And you know what's crazy? And if I could just kind of speak to something that you said, and I want to be clear about my stance on it. People will always be like, "Oh, there's this battle between women wanting to be a man's equal, right?
Right.
And, oh, y'all have a place that you're supposed to be in." My whole thing is this: I understand the give and take partnership.
Absolutely.
I understand that balance of the masculine and feminine energy, right? But where the equality comes from is not in saying, "I'm just like a man, you should treat me." It's, you guys take it out of context when we say equality. We mean we can work just like you do.
Absolutely.
Roles do not have to be gender specific. I can cook or you can cook. I can clean or you can clean. But I can also go to work just like you go to work. I can also, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a balance. It's give and take. So us saying, equality is not about wanting to be a man. It's not about us wanting to exert this strength over you. And
a lot of times I feel like, probably definition purposes, equality means just like an equal amount. But that can be 100 and 100. Like, I have a friend that, her name's Terry, and she said, relationships aren't 50-50. They're 100 and 100.
Fact.
So it's like, equality don't necessarily mean the lesser number 50 and 50. It means 100 and 100. That's just what it is. So it's like, in reference to equality, I'm just meaning the same exact number you own at a higher level. Like, I can perform up there just like you, with you. So don't get it twisted. But it's like, we don't got to be down here lowballing at 50 and 50. That's just half of a half of a half.
Right.
Let's be up here.
Let's be up here together. Said, come on, 4 years straight on the breastfeeding. Facts. Let's talk a little, you know what? Let's talk a little bit about motherhood, because that's another thing that I see. And this is going to my women. We are so hard on each other
too much
as moms, and it is so crazy. Mom shaming, facts, body shaming, fun shaming, like all of that stuff. I don't have any children, but I have a lot of girlfriends that do.
Right.
And we hang out, we take trips, we go out, we drink, we party, we have a good time. And there are so many times where they're talking and it's like the older women will be like, why are you taking them trips and leaving them kids? Or, why are you doing this? Or why are you doing it? Trying to tell people how to parent their children. And not even like in a constructive way where it's like, I'm trying to help you, because it takes a village, but it's like shaming, mom shaming, and making them to feel bad because they need time to themselves. And I remember when that little phrase became very popular, fuck them kids, I'm an advocate of that, because I feel like sometimes it is fuck them kids.
Absolutely.
Give them to someone that you can trust and take you a girl's trip. Go have a drink. Go pamper yourself. Be free to feel, people are breastfeeding. Oh, that's disgusting. Why? Because you don't do it.
Right.
And it just, talk a little bit about that, because as a mom, I'm sure you've experienced some mom shaming for sure.
Absolutely.
Because you actually came right out the gate with the term for it.
Yes, because I remember I had a plan. Every mom has a plan when you pregnant. You think you got a plan. I was like, I'm a breastfeed. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember the first time I was in the parking lot of a pediatrician, and I'm nursing my baby, and somebody called the cops. I could be at restaurants with my mom. My mama waiting for somebody to say something. Like, they think it's nasty. And we would be out. She'd be like, what? Because I would nurse anywhere, because I just felt it was natural. It was a huge decision, but people still to this day mom shame for breastfeeding moms, and vice versa. Some breastfeeding moms, not myself, shame moms that just strictly want to go to formula. Being a mom is such a mental thing. Who am I to tell you, Nay, you only need to breastfeed when your mental might not be able to be strict and obedient to drinking large amounts of water, eating different types of greens so you can lactate, not drinking alcohol at no point, or pumping and dumping. Breast pumps cost a lot of money. Your nipples get sore. You got glands pulling from under your underarms and out your neck. You look like you an Incredible Hulk, and you got to wait for your milk let down. Like, it's so strict.
It's a lot
to be a breastfeeding mom. Who am I to do that? But it's some breastfeeding moms like, oh my God, I can't believe you would do that. Do you know what formula is? Like, we don't all survive some formula. I think I'm a formula baby. I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? But all demographics of mom groups do it to each other. Like you said, go back with women. But it's just freaking tough, because like you said, like, society tells you what you need to do, how you need to be as a parent, and then mom guilt setting. So then you have anxiety about doing things the right way. Do I want to do it different from my mom? Do I want to do it just like my mom? But it's like, I had to realize after I left my marriage, I was like, I love my babies, but fucking kids. You know what I'm saying? And me and my sisters, we've been a little up and down, a little Florida a little bit, just hanging out. Just quick little trips. I ain't gotta go to Mexico. I'll go to Fort Myers, Fort Lauderdale, Miami.
Them damn kids for the whole damn weekend. I'm here for it.
Yeah, so it's like, I've done the time. I breastfed for 4 years. I need a boob job. So I'm gonna hang out.
And that, y'all women, listen here. Okay,
you want to go there? I feel like
before we go there, and I know you know where I'm coming from, where I'm going with that. But before we even go there, another thing, y'all need to stop telling people that marriage and having kids is the epitome of who they are as women.
No,
I can't tell you how many times, and I'm 31 years old. I'll be 32 next month.
Mind your business.
So, right, don't repeat that. So many people have, okay, Nay, when you get married, when you have kids,
when you gonna see somebody. Listen,
hey, You in my business.
Is you in my business?
And my whole thing is there's so many women that don't want to have kids and they feel so guilty for feeling that way because so many people tell them, or have tried and have not been successful.
Correct.
And that pains them. Have had kids and lost them. You know, you just never know.
Somebody's
this whole thing about being a woman is a lot, y'all. I don't think y'all realize.
What is it? The maternal clock or whatever clock.
Yes.
On. The other box.
The other box, right. I really feel like people don't understand how much work it takes mentally, emotionally, and physically to be a woman and feel like I'm accepted by my friends, by my work, by my man, by society. Like I take a picture on Instagram and I feel like I'm looking nice. I got on my little, now I'm a hoe. I'm a thought. I'm this because I feel sexy.
Correct.
Or I want to, up booty shot because I like the way that my curves are. Now I'm thirsty. I'm looking for attention. Why can't I just feel beautiful?
You say it today.
You know what I mean? It's just like, it comes from both ends. Not only men, but women too.
It does.
And it's crazy.
I feel like women, I can speak for all women, we feel like we never have a place. So I feel like we just always fighting for a spot somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Most of our healing is, I don't think anything traumatic that has happened to us in the past tense, but happening right now because it's like we're not accepted by any demographic. You know what I'm saying? Anyone. I work with 2 married women that do not have kids, as well as my sister, and they cool with it. They're the only people I know that are cool with not having kids. Everybody else feeling this weird pressure, but my coworker, she said it on here, fucking kids. Like she don't give a damn. Both of my coworkers, they just like, nah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And then strategically, like those people are, somewhat successful because they don't got no kids holding them back. Like they're millionaires the next 5 years because they, you know what I'm saying? Whatever is inside of them that's like, you know what, I can't do this. And not to say they're not maternal. A lot of them are like super aunts, like pick kids up at the drop of a hat. You know what I'm saying?
TT of the year,
be on the school registration, like who said, who fighting, who I'm gonna come. You have TTs that are in there too. They are being maternal. They're there for the sister that got the kids or the brothers that got the kids, and that's what fulfills them. You know what I'm saying? But it's like society don't look at that. It's like, you a TT, you ain't shit. When TTs are the freaking goats, like my sisters, oof, they don't save me just on some days. They know my job is in demand. I got to do this. I got to show up. I got to show out. They like, I get my sister when COVID hit and they literally like shut the schools down. Yeah, my sister did not work to stay home and take care of my kids. It was my 2 daughters, my boyfriend's daughter, and my brother. So she stayed home with 4 kids for all that time. We paid her, but she didn't have to. She didn't have to. I wouldn't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? So society needs to look at that like, hey, there's some key players, there's some star players that didn't birth any children, but they mama, and be cool with that. Right. Who cares? We're already overpopulated anyway. Why y'all want us to have all these kids?
And it's just kind of like, shout out to the TTs of the world.
For real.
I definitely am a part of that
TT community.
And I love my babies. And you can't tell me one way or the other about none of them. Because just like their mama, I'm coming for your head about my TT.
It's like whoever we believe in, God, the universe, somebody put something inside of you. And something inside of women to be able to help raise kids. And you a TT, full throttle. You know what I'm saying? I can do this.
Naturally, we're nurturers.
That's it.
If that means nurturing your nieces and nephews or your own children or your cousins, little sisters, brothers, siblings, like whatever the case may be, as a woman, let me be a woman how I want to be a woman.
And don't put no time limit on me.
How to do that.
And everybody know Black ladies can have babies whenever they get ready.
Hello. Because we are magical beings.
72.
We are magical beings. She said, I hate when they ask why. For real. Like, just stop me out. And when I say because I want to do things differently, like, I don't want to just be a baby mama. I want to have a family. I don't think there's anything wrong with me saying that for myself. If I'm going to wait until I'm in a situation where I feel comfortable to have kids, why is that an issue? It's my life.
We'll do it, right. But it's like, I don't know what it is, to be honest, because it's like, The ignorant me just wants to say they just nosy and they don't have to mind their business.
Definitely nosy. Definitely nosy.
And they just need to mind
so many
because
questions.
who's gonna help me with the check? No.
Who?
Cause we know kids the big check.
Who? Now, granted, shout out to the fam. My family is very supportive, and we're gonna make it do what it do.
We're talking about the stranger dangers.
But you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to make sure me and my partner, whoever I decide, and when I say right, everybody automatically thinks that I'm saying, oh, she wants to be married. There's nothing wrong with not being married. Hey, but again, I don't want to be a baby mama. And that doesn't necessarily mean marriage. That may just mean I go into a partnership, co-parentship with my children's father, but we have the understanding of this is a partnership. Like we not.
And you got to do that with somebody you trust. How many girls we bump into who don't know who the daddy
and
is,
be a baby mama,
or the daddy just ghosted and they doing this by themselves.
Y'all are giving me life in the comments today. Shout out to all the ladies holding it down. I see a couple fellas holding it down. I appreciate you. The commentary is always appreciated. But we're gonna move right into, and it's so funny talking about thirst trapping because another thing, I like to dance.
And listen. Homecoming pet rally.
Oh my God.
Her Sequoia.
Been dancing.
Yes.
Been dancing. I love to dance and I have discovered TikTok, y'all. And I'll just be on there all the time. And people will be like, I have a couple people in because I leave my profiles and things open because I do this.
Right.
I'm an author. I have, a therapy business and all this stuff. So I leave my stuff open so that people can contact me.
Right.
And the negative energy that comes behind that, oh, you attention seeking. Or, why you always twerking? Why you always shaking ass? Why you just because it's mine. I can do what I want with my body.
I get a little testy with that energy because it's like
it's crazy.
Your confidence.
And that's what it is.
Push up against their insecurities.
Very confident in self.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, I feel like, okay, so I look how I look.
Mm-hmm.
I'm described as thick. People in the city think I got a nice body.
And
so it's like, I can't post nothing. I could post something in a sheet. Maybe them DMs gonna come. You hear me? Or you know what I'm saying? Or girls could say the same thing. Even coming up in high school, like I had people that wanted to be affiliated with me because I look how I look. Girls, who said that? It is fat name.
Thank you.
But it's like I'm so humble about how I look. Like it, but I'm confident. Don't mistake it. Listen, you got these big old legs, you got Africa tattooed on your thigh. You better shake a little tail, shake a little thigh.
And do.
I mean, who cares? Those people are insecure about them own selves.
And again, because of society, it took so long for me to step into that. I ain't gonna lie and say I felt ugly because I never felt ugly, but I definitely felt like I was too much. Like I'm a curvy girl.
Right.
It's a lot more to love than your average. And I used to feel like in another box that because I was, plus size, I wasn't supposed to dance. I wasn't supposed to be on somebody's camera. I wasn't supposed to be comfortable with me. Right. So once I moved to a place where it was like, I don't care.
Right.
I'm going to do me. I feel good. I look good.
And you could tell you're liberated by yourself. That's like most important. If you could liberate, stimulate, please yourself.
Right.
And I'm cool with that. It's going to be easy for when somebody come along to identify you ain't nothing to be fucked up with.
Hello. And I know. Shout out to y'all.
Yes. So I used to feel like that too. I used to feel like I had to hide my shape in certain dynamics like religion, church.
Yeah.
But at work, I wore this the word. I wear what I want to wear the word. As long as it's within the guidelines of the dress code. And
feeling comfortable.
But it's like I ain't gonna never be able to hide this ass. And I got a little belly to go with it, a little foop. And I just put it right up in my hippie pants. My bell bottom.
That too, fellas. Stop talking junk about us pulling our pants up here.
Everything high-waisted.
High-waist is, first of all, a fashion statement. And number two,
check the 90s and the 80s.
If I want to tuck my fupa in there, that's fine too.
It's enough. Pre-packaged.
I wear all high-waisted stuff because number one, it's comfortable.
It is. It makes you feel secure. Girl, you better get out of here. That make you feel safe.
Stop telling
this
us
is a
what
safe
we
place.
can and can't wear. Y'all kill me. That's so funny.
Place, no.
But moving right into body shaming, because again, like I said, and lately I've been on this health journey, right? And it has not been so much about wanting to like be skinny or do whatever, but to be healthy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But people tend to think that because of this imaging and stuff, there's been this wave in cosmetic surgeries, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm one to feel like it's your money. Do what it is with it that you want to do with it.
Right.
Slightly, if we're going to be honest, I'm a little jealous. I ain't got the bag like that to go, you know what I'm saying? And I'm scared of surgery.
Yeah.
But, people are talking even about that. Oh, it's self-hatred because you got your booty done or you got your boobies done or, you got your waist took in or you got your face. Hey.
Whatever makes you feel good.
Whatever makes you want to do, let people put on however much makeup they want to put on. Let people do whatever they want to do to their bodies. I just feel like, why are we talking about people and what they choose to do with themselves?
And how they choose to identify with their own self. They don't live with you. You gotta look at their fake ass.
It ain't your money.
Yeah.
It ain't your girl. Like I heard these guys having a debate about one dude being dumb because he paid for his girl to get her body done. And it's like, oh, why would you pay for her to get the body? Why? Because that's his girl. And he wanted to pay for her to get her body done. Why not? Right. Is it your money?
Right, exactly. I feel like people get caught on the other end of the spectrum, like, oh, you should love who you are, and you should. Like, I'm a big promoter in like self-love. Like, if you all the way legit love yourself, but you want to add some math, do it. As long as you're healthy, as long as you're like not spending the thousands of dollars getting the ass and still being sad.
Exactly. Now, and then that's the thing there. Now, where I do have a problem with it. Shout out TT Nate, 13 years of counting. Yes.
And dude.
When you're doing all of this to please society, or you're doing all of this to catch the eye of these men, or you feel like that's what they want, so you doll yourself up and you get all these surgeries, and then you still depressed, and then you still experiencing, body image problems, and you still.
What is all this body dysmorphia or something?
Yes, like body dysmorphia is real.
It is.
It is real. And it's so much more intense these days because of exposure, as my girl Takira said so great earlier. We see everybody else getting these bodies done. We see everybody, all these superstars, their lives are at your disposal with a click of a button.
Right.
With a swipe.
What's going on.
You can see what people look like. You can see what people are doing. You can see what they're buying. Hey, run your race. I can't say it enough. Run your race. You got to do what's good for you.
Right. But you got, like you said, that like that's the, and it's not that we have a problem with that. It's like if we gonna really be for the team and promoting self-healing and self-love, mama, if you don't like yourself, that ass ain't gonna help.
Facts.
And you can vouch, just like I can vouch, being thick is, you don't know if people real or fake. You just want, you like my thigh? What you like?
What you like?
What you want?
What
so it's like, it's not.
What is it?
It's not, if you can't mentally identify with weeding people out based on what you look like, based on your shape, your thighs, how thick you are, then you ain't cut out for no ass. If you like, oh my God, why are you attacking me? You dragging a wagon, mama. You got to be ready for that. I had a boyfriend on, I ain't fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to curve a bitch.
Because me, I like that. And people think that I'm so weird about the way that I date, but I like conversation first. Like, I will talk to you for weeks and weeks before I even hang out with you. I'm going to send you, you want me to send you a picture? And it's not because I'm insecure of what I look like, but it's like, hey, I need you to see who I am. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about what we like, what we dislike. Let's get an understanding of what life interprets for us. And then we can hang out,
Because you're aware of what you look like and what you could do. Ain't no guessing. So
and
it's like, I want you to.
About what you. Look, I ain't never had no problems, baby.
That's what I'm saying. You're not worried about that. So see something else.
Let's talk. Let me see if I even like you.
Yeah,
or if you even like me, because I'm annoying.
I don't tell some people just because I don't like you. Like,
leave me alone. Just don't. The world has a microscope on women, and it's so unfair. It is because, girl, We be fighting to survive. We got to fight the men.
Gosh.
We got to fight the women. We got to fight the jobs. We got to fight everywhere. We got to fight the kids. Like,
do with the kids.
Baby, if I had ass, I would be out this damn world ass. For real.
Listen, that's why I be hanging out. Like on the weekend, when it's the weekend, you can catch me in what they got on. I got on booty shorts and probably a crop top. And I'm 206 pounds.
Baby, listen, this year, honey, this summer, everybody like, oh, now you showing out. Crop top shouty. You hear me?
And booty shorts.
Who gonna check? And I'm bent over, hands on the knees, because
bow, bow.
That's what I like to do. And I don't care what nobody got to say about it, because that's me. Take it or leave it. With the matching sneakers, yes.
Look.
A whole vibe.
I like my sneakers. I was never a sneaker person, but
and somebody said that up there too. You know what I'm saying? Like just being comfortable. Like I'm a tomboy. I like shorts, t-shirts, sneakers, and feeling like you can't even do that. Because if you dress too sexy, oh, you this and that. And if you dress too comfortable, there's something wrong with that too.
Did you see what Iman posted about the lingerie? Like lingerie isn't enticing because you girls wear it outside now. And then somebody made a comment and was like, with the sneakers. And so if I have a little cute and cuddly sexy with the sneakers on, I like Chuck Taylor, so I probably have to.
Me too. That is my favorite shoe.
Yeah, but if I want to do that, I went to a lingerie party last week from a girl, and we was in there, me and my sister,
with the sneakers on.
We had heels on that night, but we'll pull them out. We do got matching Chucks though. Cheap print.
I don't like wearing heels.
I do, but I've had to slow down.
I don't know how to walk in them for real. And I know my mama is probably real shame right now with me saying that, because when I tell you baby used to strut, honey, and still struts, I be kind of feeling like, dang, mama. Because I just never got the hang of it. Now, I could put them on and fake it till I make it. You wouldn't know that I'm struggling, but baby, most times I am. And then it seems like smaller dudes tend to like me. So it works though, because now I have an excuse to wear my flats, because I don't want to
I want to be down here.
I want to be here with you.
I just want to be by you.
That's the excuse that I'm sticking to it. But wear what you want to wear, what make you comfortable. And the fact that for so long I felt some type of way about not liking to wear heels, like I felt less of a woman, or like
sporty spice.
Something was wrong because I never got into the makeup. But it's nothing wrong with that.
Not at all. I'm sick of that too, like with the whole makeup thing. Like
somebody called me basic just a couple months ago because I don't wear makeup for real. You can catch me with some eyeliner, a little bit of lip gloss, and I'm good to go.
It just depends on the day, whatever I feel. Sometimes I be natural too. I let the freckles hang out. I take my lashes off. I wipe my eyebrows off. And then some days I just... But it's for me.
Flats and booties. Hello. Nah, I will kill a mean booty. You hear me?
I love booties. Year round too.
Hello.
Give a damn.
Mean booty.
What's some today?
Let them climb that tree, first of all. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Facts. And it's crazy. We got to get away from that, y'all. Like, if nobody else does it, definitely women. Like, we can't be attacking one another. We have to uplift and support and encourage, and, the whole mommy shaming and the body shaming and
surgery shaming.
Surgery shaming, feeling like we have to code switch. Like, this is nuts. And people are not talking about this.
No. Because they fall
it's a real thing.
Because they fall on one of those sides. Either they doing the shaming and they don't want to say it. We've all done it though.
Right. And me included. And I can't, take myself out of it, because I have definitely.
Yeah, but it's
a
like
time or two.
We're also aware that it's not cool. Like they could be going through their own journey.
Know.
You know what I'm saying?
You never know what people are
could be going through real body dysmorphia. Maybe plastic surgery makes them feel great, or maybe it's a mental illness they have. Like those people that come up on a Snap story and it's like, I spent over $100K on surgery. They need to go see
somebody. They need to see somebody.
Because you still ain't satisfied.
Because stilettos.
I like wearing the suit.
And the club. No. Not me. My feet ain't straight enough for heels. First of all, I'm carrying a lot. So being on heels,
feel a little wobbly sometimes. I've had a couple weak links.
And my balance is not that good.
And can I tell you a real thing? Like, so if I really want to go off and have a good time in the club, me and my sister girls, we got a group text and we be like, we wearing sneakers tonight because we want to go ham
I think everybody has that same conversation when they get ready to go out.
I don't want all the heels I needed to wear. And everybody, I done got them little pictures on there. on Instagram. Y'all can see, if y'all want to see me in heels, go follow me, Unicorn Hippie.
Right. I'll throw them on from time to time.
We'll throw on them Chuck Taylors and them shorts, go to Gator Club with them lemon drops.
Oh, that's one of my favorite shots. I'm not a drinker, but I am a drinker. And so, you know, the little small drinks do well for me. The Malibus, the lemon drops.
I'm a shot girl, so I don't actually have a physical. You want to take the shot?
Let's say to being able to feel truly yourself.
Absolutely.
So everybody that was trying to keep up with us, make sure we 3 in. Go ahead and take that next one. Go ahead and take that next one.
Somebody said I can sneak a wedge in. That's all that matters.
I love a good wedge now.
Used to be a heels girl, but the way is bad. Yes, Queen.
Hello. Cause listen.
Cause if you was in VPA, a cheerleader, you did any physical sports back then, them knees ain't no good right now. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying.
Cause listen, as a dancer, as a cheerleader,
yes,
step team, like I did all of that. And baby, listen,
somebody said who poured it?
Who poured it?
Got a little virtual bartender
over here. Just over here, we vibing, we feeling good, we having conversation,
right? These
hard conversations, and so
they've been flowing though.
We just. I'm trying. I'm sorry, y'all.
No, you're okay.
I'm trying to see what's what. They're like, where are them other comments coming from? Because I be trying to tell y'all, people on Facebook, don't watch on Facebook, watch on YouTube, because that's where all the action happens. I'm trying to bounce back and forth and read what's what, but hey, get on.
And I like those settings. It be that one, she stick out too.
Right.
Get all the publicity.
Me on the floor, because I got on flats.
Doing this look.
Right. Bent over, hands on knees. But I'm stable because I got on flats. So bow. Right. But yeah, man, I'm so glad. Like, okay, what time is it? Because we starting to round that corner. It's 8:53. So yeah, bringing it full circle. Just breathe, ladies.
Be nice.
Be nice to each other. Be nice to yourself, because all of this starts with self-love. We started this conversation with me asking Takira, and I'm gonna pose these questions to you guys as well, and really think about it. You know, I said, what is the strongest part of you? What is your favorite part of you? What is the most important part of you? And what is the part of you that you would never change? Really think about that and love on yourself. Stand in the mirror and ask yourself those questions.
Yeah.
And really feel that and embrace that. Look at your body. And this is something that I have been practicing definitely lately. Stand in the mirror, look at yourself, appreciate who you are, appreciate everything about you, even the flaws. Right. Appreciate the things that you want to change and actually work towards changing them.
Yes.
But let it be because it's something that you want to change, not because you let society make you feel some type of way, or not because you feel like this is how I'm gonna get this man, or this is how I'm gonna fit in at work, or this is how I'm gonna fit in with these girls, or like I gotta fit in at church, so I feel like I need to dim my light, or I need to fit. Don't dim your light.
Left.
It seems like you left a lot. So at this point,
I feel like your self-healing, your journey shouldn't be like a planned event. And I'm not saying that you don't need to write things down, but like she said, take it little by little. Like if you stand in the mirror and be like, bitch, I like you. I don't care if you don't like you. I like you. My name is Takira Jenkins, and I'm strong, but I'm gentle. I'm weird.
Yeah.
I'm professional. And just start with little simple stuff.
All of that. Because
don't make it some plan like, I have to go sit by myself on a cold rock on the beach. Like, don't do all
and
that.
Be dramatic.
Like yourself for real.
I'm dramatic.
Yeah, I would do that.
I do stuff like that.
I be going outside of my little balcony looking at the moon like, moon, what do you have for me today?
I definitely do stuff like that. You feel me?
Oh, right. No, for real.
And that's what I said, because I'm hella annoying. But I'm fun, and I'm quirky, and I'm kind of weird, and I ask a lot of questions, but I love hard.
Yes.
I'm loyal. I'm a good ass person.
You gotta be confident with that too. People scared to be like, "Oh, I'm right." If you right,
no friends. I don't like people.
I don't like meeting new people, and I talk to anybody.
Me too.
Like,
big facts.
I be in the drive-through. What girl like your earrings? Where you got it from?
I'm that person.
Dude.
Ooh, dress strangers. Yes, ma'am. Because I'm all about uplifting.
That's what it's about. And I feel like you can practice that with yourself if you practice that on other people.
You have to.
Like, you cute as fuck,
girl. Because that's something I struggled with before too.
Really?
Like, you used to be like, why you got freckles on your legs?
I'm getting so many. I'm getting hands.
Why you here? Why you do that?
I like my freckles.
Ask my mama.
Or
I
not.
had nothing to do with this.
I know. I don't even know these freckles came.
Definitely hype strangers up. Hey, Rolly. So this has nothing to do with the show, but I'm pulling up in the A tomorrow morning, babe. Hit my line.
We're gonna end it like that.
I'm so excited for this.
I've been not seeing no TikTok video you doing 8 times stuff. Let's do it
all weekend. We're gonna take this last shot. This number 4. Make sure that you guys take this number 4. Take it with us. And this is just to self-love, uplifting one another, just being true to who you are and feeling secure in that. And live, guys.
For real.
Live. Like,
AKA
so many people. Fuck them kids. Be the mom that you want to be. Be the wife
Monday
that you want to be.
You got them.
Meet your partner where they at. Y'all have these conversations. You know, like, don't get married based off of what you think is right and it's really not sitting well with you, or you be done wasted. How long was it? 10 years. And for what? When that could have been something that was
right.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, I got my kids out of it. I got
and blessings.
But it's just like, you know, at the
pouring up. Yes.
It's just, you know, you got to do what makes you happy.
You got to do what makes you happy.
Yes. And it's about 100, not 50-50.
100. Please don't let these men make you feel like you're supposed to get 50% and they're supposed to get
50. 50 is a low number. Don't like it.
You ready? Let's do it. Don't like it and don't. That one.
I like
it's
that.
Like the more you do, the easier they go down.
Like a Capri Sun.
That's why people be like getting tipsy and don't even realize that they're doing it, because they're just like, oh, it started to get easier.
Lemon drop shots are elite. They are. I love you, all my sisters. I love you, everybody.
Yes, y'all really. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for coming through, commenting. Your supporters coming through. My supporters coming through. I really appreciate it. Love on somebody tonight. Love on yourself. I love y'all. Hey, this is who's it?
My lover, my partner.
Oh, okay. Hey, babe.
And my coworker, that's my assistant manager.
Coworker. Yes, for the support. I'm here for it.
Love y'all.
For sure. Y'all, I appreciate y'all for coming through. Again, this is starting year 3 for me with As Told by Nay. I'm super excited. So much new things to come. We live, y'all.
I pray that the universe keep blessing you with stuff to talk about. Never run out.
We never do, because it's always something happening.
Yeah,
and people bringing it to
will be
me.
Trending tomorrow.
Can we talk about? Because I started to come on here and have you talk about Miss Richardson, but I'm not even gonna do it. I'm gonna leave that where it's at. I'm gonna let that girl smoke her weed and do what she do with her life, and we're not even gonna get at no more energy.
No, because they shaming her.
Because exactly, it's exactly what we're talking about right now, and just leave it where it's at.
Even, you know, our people.
That's
oh my God, I would never. Okay.
That's
anyway,
so disappointed. How? You know her?
Oh, anyway.
So yeah, that's our time. Any last words? Anything else you wanna?
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate you for hitting me up and like, hey, I want to be a part.
What you doing? Right.
Some people have done it, and I know it's more so just they just want to get on my platform. It's like, what we're gonna talk about? You don't even watch the show. You don't know nothing about it. So the fact that
I'll be watching. I'll be like,
and I know because you have spoke about different things that I've talked about. So I appreciate that. I'm always bring people on that actually rock with your girl. So I appreciate y'all for rocking with your girl. Thank you again, Takira, for coming through. This was an amazing conversation.
It was
great start to year 3.
It was
right back here next week, same time.
And y'all better be watching too next week.
As Told by Nay, the podcast. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already.
Like it, share it, post it.
Go get my book, BarnesandNobles.com, Dreamer.
Look at you.
And I'll see y'all next week. Let's talk about it.
Bye.
That was dope.
I love it.
That talk